This is Dropout Nation's Midweek Monitor. I'm RiShawn Biddle. Here are the top 3 stories that you need to pay attention to in the world of education and school reform. Number 1 is happening today on Capitol Hill as the House Education and the Workforce Committee is holding a hearing on parent power. Yes, its subcommittee on early childhood education is holding a hearing on parent power and bringing in parent power advocates and school reformers such as Kevin Chavis, the former chairman of the Black Alliance for Educational Options, and Gwen, who is Dropout Nation's contributing editor and the head of the Connecticut Parents Union, which helped Governor Dan Malloy in Connecticut spearhead his successful school reform efforts. It's going to be interesting. Of course, as you know, last year I criticized House Education and Workforce Committee Chairman John Klein and his subcommittee head Duncan Hunter for not bringing in parents and actually having their voices heard. So let's see what happens afterwards, especially given that just last month, Representative George Miller, the ranking Democrat on the House Education and Workforce Committee, has basically said that he supports parent-trigger laws and supports their enactment. It'd be great to see what happens. Number 2 is happening as well, and it's happening out on the West Coast. The California Department of Education and the State Board of Education have been sued by a group that includes StudentsFirst, and the group led by Michelle Rhee, and Parent Revolution, the Parent Power group that was co-founded by Steve Barr. They're suing to end last-in, first-out rules and other tenure policies that basically do damage to our children by keeping those teachers who are not highly qualified or talented in the classroom, and while putting and subjecting younger, more talented teachers, regardless of where they are in the seniority chain, subjecting them to layoffs. It's going to be an interesting lawsuit. In fact, it follows upon a lawsuit that was already filed a few months ago by parent power activists in LA Unified School District over the various issues revolving around evaluation and other aspects of teacher quality. It'll be interesting to see, of course, as you would expect, teachers unions are going to be opposed to this lawsuit, and they're going to fight. And so will Tom Torkelson, who is the state superintendent of education in the state of California, and who has been a major supporter of education traditionalists. In fact, I would dare say he's been absolutely retrograde. It's going to be interesting to see that as well. And finally, the state of Missouri has actually passed a law that expands the existence of charter schools and expands the number of them. It's an interesting effort because Missouri has not been one of Dropout Nation's 5 states to watch. And what it does is a great strike, and it strikes a great blow for parent power and school choice. Meanwhile, of course, we all know what's happening in that state, where right now Imagine Schools, a charter school operator, has been basically shut down, which means now that they're trying to find places to put the kids who are attending those schools at. And let's be honest, Imagine deserved to be shut down. It was a charter school failure mill collective, and it deserved to go. But now it brings up another aspect. That's something that the state legislature was trying to deal with but decided not to. That is, what about inter-district school choice? Under Missouri state law, they're supposed a child who's attending a school that's not accredited should be able to go to another school district that is accredited. But a lawsuit filed last week and a ruling filed last week basically brings that issue and brings that sort of inter-district school choice into question. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, listen to the Dropout Nation podcast this week on the power of school data. Also, read Dropout Nation every day for your news and commentary on the reform of American public education. This is Dropout Nation. I'm RiShawn Biddle. You have a great day.